Good morning. I'm Toby Tompkins, and welcome to Tuesday Morning Message for Beautiful Leaders. I hope you all had a wonderful long holiday weekend, and I'm happy to be back with you this week. Today, I want to talk about trust, the third meta competency of beautiful leaders, and its impact on the presence of the Byzantine general in your team. Now, the Byzantine general is a term that's used widely in IT and technology, and it speaks to in your system, in your infrastructure, in the security of your system. Is there some part or function or code in your system that might actually be sending corrupt or confusing data to everyone else in the system, to all of the other functions in the system? And what a dangerous point that can be. It comes from history where there was a presence of a general in the wartime who would actually send confusing messages from the opposition side to weaken the generals who were defending a fort. And I think it's really important because what I see in this sort of why do we have Byzantine generals is the fundamental question of the kind of trust that you are building on your team as a leader. The easiest and most warm and fuzzy form of trust that a leader can experience is blind trust. It's when you don't have to do much, you don't have to say much, people just follow along and do whatever you say. I remember my father saying to me growing up, don't do as I do, do as I say do. You don't have to trust my actions, but you better trust my words. Don't make me have to tell you twice. And sure, he's my dad. I'm going to do what he said do. However, I watched very closely what he did. And over the years, I would look at the alignment between my dad's actions and my father's words. And that's what determined my ability to trust my father blindly versus the second and much more powerful form of trust that I want to share with you today, which is earned trust. So in this moment that we're in, coming out of, and some places in the world still very, very, very much immersed in the post-COVID pandemic, leaders have to rebuild teams and they have to take their organizations in new directions, uncharted territory. And they have to execute and develop strategy, and they have to count on their team to be able to effectively communicate the same message with the same energy and the same commitment. And if you're a leader, you know that often is one of the most challenging things to do. There's always somebody or some division or some team that falls short of your expectations. But we very seldom as leaders question whether why they're doing that has anything to do with the kind of trust that they hold for us as leaders. So earned trust is about my observation of your integrity. It's, does he do what he says he's going to do? Is she the same person on Monday as she is on Wednesday or Friday? Does she lead with the same set of values and priorities in front of the customer as she does in front of our employees? And over time, and it doesn't take a lot of time, people begin to understand if what you say and who you say equal who you are. And for that, they will give you their earned trust, and earned trust is impenetrable. As a matter of fact, earned trust among your team will stop a Byzantine general dead in his tracks. However, blind trust, which is much more comfortable, it's sort of the emperor's new clothes, will make that leader have a false sense of leadership, a false sense of impact. And it's a very, very dangerous place to be in a world that is chaotic and challenging as we're experiencing today. So as a leader this week, as you look at the biggest challenges that are on your plate, if you look at the innovation that you're trying to drive in your organization, ask yourself, how are your words and your actions building and impacting the trust that your team has for you? If you've already identified a potential Byzantine general in your team, then go to that general and say, what more can I provide you to make you feel comfortable with the direction that we're moving in? Or is there something that you see that I don't see? I'm really open and interested in how together we can get to our preferred future. So once again, blind trust, earned trust, and generals who won't execute in their own integrity. All right, I hope that's helpful. We'll be back on Thursday with Ask Toby. So as usual, send any questions that you have to asktoby@safio.com, and have a great week. Thank you.